Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another Spin the Wheel Saturday, the series where I let the wheel decide which makeup look I'm going to recreate today. Yes, my hair is wet. No, I can't be asked to blow dry it because it is so hot right now. It's 26 degrees in the UK, which feels like 40 degrees in any other normal country, and I'm sweating my tits off. So, let's do it. Oh, please give me something good. Honey makeup. I'm happy with that. That's good. So this is all about the bronze, the gold, the glowy, the bronze. I just said the bronze. By the way, look what happened. I tried to even out my eyebrows because I feel like this one's like lower and this one's like higher. And I f***ed up. Yeah, I like trimmed off the top of this eyebrow and I didn't mean to, and I put tint over it hoping it would make it better, but I don't think it's gonna last very long, so we're just gonna go with it. But anyway, so I'm gonna start off with skin prep. I'm gonna go in with the Olay 7-in-1 Featherweight Moisturizer. My skin is really bad at the moment. Look what I did. I tried to get out a bunch of whiteheads and I'm now left with that. So consequences. I bought this Clearasil Rapid Action pads because I remembered I used to use them a lot when I used to have like my forehead was covered in acne and spots in my chin, and they used to really help then. So I'm gonna try and clear this up. For primer, because I'm gonna try and keep it really light, really glowy, I'm going to use this Douglas Skin Augmenting Serum Primer. Next I'm going to do brows. I'm just going to use my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil and this Essence Lash and Brow Gel. I'm just going to brush them up and fill in any gaps. Then I'm going to go in and just, with a bit of that gel, brush them upwards. And then with a makeup wipe, I'm just gonna clean up the excess. And that's brows done. Okay, for the base, I'm gonna mix my Sleek In Your Tone foundation and my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear foundation. The Fenty one is in the shade 4E2. Is that the shade or is it 170? I think 170 is the shade. The Sleek one is in... Christ, where's the shade? I don't know what shade this is. I can't tell you. I'm vegan. Good for you. Where's the shade? I don't know. Pop it on the back of my hand. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna swipe it onto my face. I forgot to wet my beauty blender. Oh no. Do I have time to wet my beauty blender before this dries? Probably not. Let's just blend it in. So now that foundation is done, I think I'm going to do a bit of cream contour, and I'm going to use this palette. I'm not actually sure where it's from, but it's like one of these cream... God, that's disgusting. Yeah, one of these. And I'm going to go, I think, with that one there, which it looks a bit grey in the palette, but it's just a very cool toned, sort of lighter brown. And on a brush, apply it just below my cheeks. I'm just going to do one side of my face so you can see the difference. And then I'm going to use my finger to do my nose. And with a sponge I'm just going to blend it out a bit more. There we go. Can you see the difference between this side of my face and this side of my face? And that, my friends, is why contour is amazing. Okay, now I'm going to go in with two concealers. I'm going to go in with my Skin Silk Under Eye Brightening Concealer in the shade Medium Yellow, and also my NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum in the shade Fair. So the Skin Silk one I'm going to use on any blemishes, and then the NYX one we're going to use to brighten with. I'm just going to do a tiny bit of the NYX concealer just under my eyes to brighten up a little bit so you can see how much lighter that is. And then when I blend it, I do just sort of drag it out under my eye as well. And then just before I set everything in place, I'm going to go in with the Soap & Glory Made You Blush Liquid Power Blush in the shade Cheeky Pink. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it sort of just quite high up on my cheeks. I'm not going to do 2 layers today because I don't think she doesn't look very pinky. It's more like corally and honey, you know, like orange. Gold is the colour I'm looking for. There we go. I'm going to set my concealer in place using the number 17 translucent powder. Now I'm going to go ahead and bronze using the Revolution pressed powder. This is in the shade Chestnut. I'm just going to use an angle brush. Okay. I'm going to start with my forehead and temples. I always do that because I feel like it's the largest surface area, so if I have too much on my brush, it's okay. Whereas if I start on my cheeks with too much on my brush, I end up ruining the whole makeup. So, and then the cheeks. Just gonna do a little bit on my nose as well, just sort of feather it on. Now I'm gonna go in with another bronzer, the HD bronzer by Sunkissed, and this has a little bit of like bronzy shimmer in it as well, which I quite like, and literally just sort of feather that on because she does seem to have quite a lot of like bronziness going on. This part of my cheek, no makeup ever sits right there. I can't explain to you why, it just doesn't. But the more I apply, the more it peels off. I don't know why. It's literally just that patch on my cheek, no matter what makeup I use, it just doesn't sit right there. With a big fluffy brush, I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit so it's not so harsh. Now for blush, I don't know why I said it like that. Blush. Rimmel Maxi blush in the shade Exposed 006 007.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Now again, just sort of on top of my cheeks, buff out the edges. Now you might be saying to yourself, where's the honey? This doesn't give honey vibes. This is the honey. Pearl Glow highlighter from PS. It's a very, hello? It's my mum sending me her garden and her nails. Hold on, I've opened it so now I have to reply. My camera died, so I forgot what I was saying. But I think I was telling you about the magic honey. Honey, I'm home. Gold highlighter. This is the goldest highlighter I have on a brush, and basically apply it everywhere. So from what I can see in the inspo picture, she's even got it like here. I feel like I'm gonna need even more gold than this though. So I'm gonna go in with this to start with, and then I might go in with like a gold eyeshadow. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to eyes. I'm gonna go in with my only good palette, a James Charles X Morphe palette. This has been my ride and die since the beginning of time. My best friend when it comes to doing my makeup. Thank you, James Charles and Morphe, for producing this. I got a comment on one of my TikToks because it is very crusty and dusty. You can see it's been through a lot, but I've had this palette literally for years and it's my only good palette that I use. I'm just one of those people, like I refuse to buy something new unless the thing that I've already got is gone, like dead, like unusable. But I might invest in the new palette James Charles came out with. I think it's I can't think of the name. I'll put it on the screen, that one. Or if you have any other recommendations, like any good palettes, very versatile palettes, so it's got like everything you need in one, comment it below and I'll get it. Anyway, eyes. I'm gonna go in with like a light brownie. Actually, no. I'm gonna go with this like auburn brown, almost like this orangey brown, and I'm just gonna blend that all up in my crease and in the outer corner. With another brush, I'm going to darken it up using the one right next to it. That one. It's a darker version of the one I just applied, basically. And I'm just gonna apply that in the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm just gonna blend that out using the first brush that I used. I'm finding this very like orangey. I was expecting more of a lighter colour. So I'm gonna go in with like a yellowy colour and just sort of go over top everything with that. Kind of. Yeah, that's kind of made it more like a lighter orange. There we go. And what I like to do usually is just with my powder puff that I use for powder is just create that shape a bit more. And I feel like I now want a bit more dimension. I'm gonna go in with that same brush and then into like a darker brown, just very close to my corner like that. And then again, just blend it out. I'm thinking that shimmery shade right there, I would say grab it with my finger, but I can't really get to it with my nails. I kind of got there. Oh, just look at it. I love it. I'm gonna basically just dot that all on like the inside of my eye, even like as close to my eyebrow. And then with that brush, I'm just gonna blend out a little bit so it's not so harsh. With my highlighting brush, I'm gonna go into that same shimmery eyeshadow, apply it everywhere I applied my highlighter just to add a bit extra gold. Am I giving honey right now? I think the lights are too bright. I'm gonna go in with a bit of a darker shimmer as well. I think that's giving honey. To finish off the eyes, I'm gonna go in with a really dinky brush and that orange there. And I'm just gonna sort of connect the outside of my outer corner. And then with a bit of shimmer, we want to add that to the bottom inner corner. And also, I don't have eyelash extensions, they all fell out, sadly. But I bought some clusters to apply. Before I do the clusters, I'm gonna go in with this Wonder Bonding Serum Mascara from Rimmel London. Just gonna do one more coat, I think. With a spoolie, I'm just gonna brush them out a bit so they're not clumpy. Now these clusters are the Allure London clusters. They come, I'm gonna use the glue it comes with. I don't typically do false lashes or clusters. I think I went through a phase where I did clusters a lot, but it just ruined my eyelashes. Because I was doing like, you know, when people were putting it underneath and then keeping them for like a week or two. I'm gonna just pick up the long one. See how, I can't hold it! You see how long the longest length is. I'm gonna go with the longest length in the corners. Go from there, so this is 12 millimeters. I'm just gonna pop the glue on and a bit on the bottom. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Apply this to the very corner. And then with my fingers, I'm just gonna squeeze down. And then again, just place it on the very corner. One more long one, and then we'll go in with the other ones. Do one more medium, and then we'll do the short ones, and I'm gonna keep it only on like the very outer corner of my eyes. There we go, this is them so far. And I'm gonna do one small length. We're gonna do lips whilst that is drying. I think this will be a good colour. It's the Max Factor Colour Elixir Lip Liner in the shade Brown and Nude. And I'm just gonna use this to line my lips. This is a L'Oreal nude lipstick. And I'm just gonna sort of dab that in the center. And before I do anything else, I've got this, I can't quite see what brand this is from, but it's like a jewel eyeliner and gold shimmer. I'm gonna get this gold shimmer and I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand, grab some of this and just dot it on my lips. So just in the center. And I'm gonna do the same, just on my cheeks slightly, and my eyes. Okay, now I think the eyelashes are dry, so going in with some tweezers, I'm just gonna sort of squeeze on the lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with my Revolution Pout Oil in the shade Honey Shimmer, and just to top off my lips. And to finish off the look, the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Spray. And there we go, guys. This is the honey makeup look complete. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this Spin the Wheel Saturday. If you did, feel free to go and watch the previous ones if you haven't already. If you're enjoying this series so far, or if you just like makeup in general, please do hit that subscribe button. I try to upload at least once a week, if not 2 times a week. Any challenge ideas, any makeup ideas that you've got, please do pop them in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your feedback, and see you later. Bye!